All right. I first started drawing cartoons, I think, when I was in the womb, because I don't ever remember a time when I wasn't drawing. When I was a kid, I would get down on the floor and I would open up the Sunday Funnies and start copying the Peanuts and the other cartoons in the paper. And then as I got a little older, my dad had New Yorker magazine and I would read all the cartoons.
As the editorial page editor, I'm in charge of the opinion section, and that means working with the editorial writers to write editorials that represent the viewpoint of the paper. My relation with Rob is simple. Rob's the jokester, the frat boy, the wise guy, and I have to play the grown-up. Rob's job is to push the envelope, to make snappy and lively and very funny political cartoons. And it's, you know, my job to make sure that they're within the bounds of taste and good humor. When readers get angry, often on the phone, the best thing I can do is listen. And that applies to whether they're angry at a cartoon or at an editorial that we've written. They want to vent and they want to be heard. And I, of course, invite them to send us a letter to the editor. It is an image and you immediately get it and you laugh or you hate it, but you react quickly. And whether that becomes video, as some cartoonists are experimenting with, or something else, you know, the cartoon and the visual commentary will always be with us.
The one question that I get asked the most is, where do you get your ideas? I like to say, well, I get my ideas off of eBay, but that nobody ever believes that. It's hard to describe where I get my ideas. I got 3 newspapers at home every day and I read those to find topics and subjects that really are things that I can grab onto. I look at the internet, I watch cable news, and I write down a lot of topics in my sketchbook, and then I stare out the window for hours. And then the magic happens. And I don't really know how to explain the magic. It just happens. But then once the idea comes, I write it down and I sketch it out, and the rest is history. This is where I spend most of my day, at the drafting table. Here's my ink, here are my pencils, here's my eraser, my brushes. All the conventions I've covered up to this point have been me with a sketchbook, drawing what I see and sending the sketches back to the newspaper. This time I was able to take a video camera with me and do something totally different. This harmonica holder was actually what I ended up using at the conventions to hold the camera. So what I would do is I would turn on the little flip camera and I would hold my sketch pad in front of me like this, and I would draw and I would film the drawing. So that's how I got some of the drawings that you see in the video. Hanging out with the Republicans was a little strange. It was kind of like that movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where Donald Sutherland walks around and tries not to be noticed by all the aliens, and then when one finally notices him and sees that he's a human, they scream. And I was afraid that was going to happen to me when I was on the floor of the Republican National Convention. At the Democratic Convention, I ran into Dennis Kucinich, who offered to draw a cartoon for me.
He's signing an autograph. He's
drawing a cartoon. I'm drawing a cartoon, okay. So you got the Bank of America field. Okay. Okay, and so you've got the bankers who are here. So that's it, okay? All right, don't forget to sign it. Don't forget to sign it. All right, thank you so much. Now you're on your own. Okay. It's good to see you.
There were a lot of great speeches at both conventions, but I think it's pretty clear who gave the best speech.
That we're all in this together is a far better philosophy than you're on your own.
Clearly, Bill Clinton gave the best speech of both conventions. At that point, we didn't know it would be the best speech, so I didn't draw a cartoon about it, but I did manage to do a cartoon about Obama's speech, which wasn't quite as hopeful as it was in 2008. The Republican convention had its very own Romney Ryan souvenir store. There were hats, there were all kinds of stuff. You can take souvenirs and you can exaggerate them and make cartoons out of them, so of course I did. You'll be happy to know that Mitt Romney did not ship the job of making the t-shirts overseas to China. They were all made in America.